Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel. I am here with my Cultivate What Matters Powersheets to go through the prep work with you. I have already done it, I just felt like doing it on camera wasn't going to work for me. So I've already filled it all in, but I just thought I would talk it through with you. I'm going to warn you now, it's going to be a bit, this is going to be a very sort of like real video and I'm going to be talking about lots of things, so I may get a bit emotional, but that's, you know, goal setting is part of that. So let's get started. So in the front I just have the sheet of stickers that I pulled out and stuck down in the little pocket, as well as some date dots from my shop in black. First page I've just put my name and make one of the stickers there. Then we have the first page, which is your goal ideas. So for this I just at the beginning just scribbled down anything that was in my head. And there were lots of things in my head and I didn't really know where I wanted to go with my goals at all, so the prep work really helped me with this. The first and most obvious thing was to plan a wedding. Then I wanted to make my health a priority because it hasn't been this year. Grow my business, pass one of the exams I need to do for medicine, save for various things including renovations in the house, wedding car. I knew I needed to take more time for myself in the next year. Keep calm and carry on, which is basically saying manage to cope with whatever 2021 throws at us. 2020 was a year of stuff being thrown at us, wasn't it? So that's what that means. Love my family fiercely. That I just, yeah. Actually see friends, the thing that 2020 like really robbed us of. Enjoy our engagement. Like, that's important to me, that I want to enjoy this time and not just like get focused on planning a wedding and not enjoy this time of being engaged. Not get overwhelmed. Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, which is actually the name of a book which I've read recently about sort of strength training for women. Enjoy and grow YouTube and Instagram. I love YouTube. Instagram I find I have a love-hate relationship with and I want to start enjoying that a bit more, but I also want to grow both here and on Instagram. More live streams, community with Tilly Journals. Prioritise the things that matter and I care about, enjoy myself, stress less, and progress over perfection. So they were like my initial brainstorming ideas. Then you go on to a little bit of section about you. So where does comparison sneak into your life? I'm quite good at not comparing myself generally. I compare myself to a few people, but I'm generally quite good at not. But I quite often find myself comparing myself in like expertise and not being good enough, and in my business to other people, and particularly social media, so they are just on there. I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my life when I'm compared to others, which is what this page is all about. Then on this page you do a little bit of about you. The ways I'm most encouraged is acts of kindness, hugs and affection, surprises and support. And then I want to be known for accomplishing important things, caring for people, leaving the world a better place, solving problems and spreading joy. I kind of want to be known for teaching truth as well, but that's kind of related to all of the other things, so I didn't tick that. But looking back now, I'm like, should I have ticked that? Maybe. What helps me do my best? Accountability, having a plan, clear most milestones and data. I'm very like number data orientated. I've been watching a lot of Kat of peace.plan.love videos, and like she says some things and I'm like, we are very similar humans, Kat. And like having quantities and numbers is one of those things. I feel motivated when I'm challenged and I have deadlines. That's, yeah, me. How I feel about goals is goal setting's easy, you make a plan and do it. It's true, like, but what I find hard about goal setting is setting the goals and making them realistic and achievable. And I'm also feeling hopeful about the year ahead. So that's those pages. Then this is more about sort of you, what fires you up, makes you come alive. So how I feel on most days is tired and overwhelmed, excited to get things done and ready to like get on with my life and get things done. So yeah, I know tired and overwhelmed doesn't really fit with the other two, but that is currently where I'm at, or where I was at when I started this. I've had some breaks over Christmas and I'm feeling less tired and overwhelmed. Still a little bit overwhelmed, but less tired, certainly. Then what fires me up, what's important to me, social and creativity, family, Beth from Colourful & Co, friends, planner people, so the Discord group particularly, stickers, cuddles, TV time, video games, YouTube, the sea, making other happy me, because it asks what do you love, and it took me till here to write me, and I forgot that, and I need to make that remember that I love me, and I do love me, and sometimes I struggle with loving me, but I do need to remember that this is the most important one on this list. Reading, Lego, planner time, and working on myself was my what fires up list. So that's that page. Then we move on to the Cultivated life evaluation. So I haven't done it yet, but I want to do the I can never say it, masque life, is it? Compass assessment, because I watched Kat's video doing it and I was like, ooh, that asks some really interesting questions on like related topics, and I don't know that I would have got these scores based on those questions, so I can't want to do that because I quite like those number assessment things. I could even do it in this video. Maybe I'll do it at the end of this video. We'll come back to that maybe. We'll see how long this video ends up being. So this is the life evaluation. So I scored myself a 4 in health because I've been struggling with my mental health recently, but I've done well in that I am now back to a healthy weight, but I've not been particularly good at being fit or active outside of work, and that's something that I do want to focus on, doing the right things for my body, particularly for my mental health. Friends got a 2 because 2020, like, I have good relationships with some friends, but I just, I don't make my friends a priority, and I need to be better at that. And because of not seeing people, it's ramped up my social anxiety, and when I have been invited to do things, I said no, and I need to get that sorted. But it's not a priority this year because these 3 things I just have to take, and to be fair, friends will fall into this recreation, so it will get some work on it. Also, my house is currently freezing because our boiler's broken, so this hand is really red and this is really white because I keep putting this near the heater. I've got a little electric heater on. So yeah, and my nails are purple because it's so cold. I'm sorry. Just if you wondered. Finances, I gave us an 8 because we've done really well this year. We started budgeting as a team and we've bought a house, but we need to think about savings for the future, which is why I gave myself an 8. Spiritual and personal growth, I gave myself a 6. I've been really good with growing myself as a person. I've been reading lots more non-fiction and things like that, and I've made huge progress, and I'm meditating every day, and I've been doing that for 747 days at this point, which is amazing. So I'm really proud of where I'm at with this, but I need to carry on and keep pushing, and I'm not a particularly spiritual person. Similarly again to Kat, I find spirituality quite hard because I'm not religious, and I don't really know what that means to me. Spouse/vocal relationship, I gave us an 8 out of 10. It's been a great year for us. We've moved into our own home and got engaged, but because I've been so stressed out, particularly the last couple of months, we've not been taking as much fun time for ourselves as we should have been, so that's why I got an 8. Family got a 6. 2020 again stopped seeing one another. We're still really strong. We had lots of phone calls and Zoom calls at the beginning, and then and I just need to focus on my sister particularly and Felix because they're really important to me. Work got a 5, which is kind of not very generous in some ways, but kind of is, because my business is doing really well, and that's one aspect. And I started my dream job my dream training pathway this year, so I probably was a bit bad on that, but I've not been putting in the work for working on my portfolio and exams, so I think that's why I marked it down. But realistically, that's probably more like a 7.5 than a 5, but yeah. I think I partly did it because I know I need to make, both my business and my career are priorities this year, so I kind of didn't want to score it too high because I wanted to see progress, but then that's just cheeky, isn't it? And then recreation, I scored a 2. Which is just accurate. I don't really take fun time for myself. I love my business and I love YouTube and Instagram and interacting with you guys, but I don't do anything that is just for me. It's always for me and my business, and I just need to take more time for doing things that just I enjoy and aren't gaining something else somewhere else. So my 3 priorities were health, work and recreation. So then we went over good things and challenges. So 2020 was actually a pretty good year for us in a lot of ways, but it was hard. So what went well is I got my dream job, we got engaged, we had lots of family Zoom calls, particularly at the beginning. We've kind of fallen off a bit and I want to bring them back. I released planners, that's huge. We bought a house, again huge. My Etsy grew exponentially, and my goal for 2020 was to hit 2,000 sales, and on the 1st of January 2021 I hit 3,000 sales, which is incredible. My friendship with Beth has been an amazing thing out of 2020. I've done really, really well in my morning routine. My YouTube channel's grown like exactly the amount I wanted it to, and what I've done on YouTube is create a community of people, like-minded people, and that's really important to me. Jack and Sweater are two of my friends, and we've been much better at connecting. We had a while where we were playing D&D every week, and that was lovely. Felix is just a light in my life, always, even when things are hard for other reasons. Booze in the Pews was back in February, and it was a fantastic weekend. And there should have been another one, but there wasn't. It's a beer festival my sister arranges for her church. Sojin and our relationship was just perfect. Financial control, we were so on it with our finances this year, and we budgeted all year except for 1 month. And I'm really pleased with our growth in that. And I actually paid off all my debt other than my student loan, but then we took out a mortgage. So that's that. Similarly to that, my people I'm grateful for, I've sort of just explained. So that Mum, Social, Felix, Beth, the Discord group, and my family. Challenges, 2020 was really challenging. And I burnt myself out, and COVID was just hard. They're given. I didn't get fitter and stronger. I did really well in the beginning of the year at doing exercise more, but I didn't really push myself with those exercises. Didn't see people, prioritise relationships, didn't prioritise mental health. I didn't put money aside for saving. Once we paid off that debt, I should have been saving, and I just haven't. I know we bought a house and spent a lot of money on that, but yeah, I've missed a lot of Felix growing. I have a habit of when I'm stressed out pulling out hair, and it was something I really wanted to work on this year, and I didn't. I am better at it. There was a time where I never had any eyelashes or eyebrows. I now have a bit. My eyelashes are mostly there, and I have some eyebrow hair, but not as good as it should be. And I want to get better at this, particularly because I want to get married, and I want to have eyelashes and eyebrows when I get married. And I know that's and it's just a bad habit, and I need to get out of it. I don't have faith in myself, and I didn't delegate, and they were really challenging. And in relation to that, taking on too much, I always take on too much, and I'm not very good at saying no, and that they were real challenges. And then my portfolio at work, which we've already talked about a little bit. The lesson I learned, which I think I'm going to be learning forever, I can't expect to excel in every area of my life without other areas taking a big hit, or without asking for help and delegating. And I just need this sentence stuck in front of me all of the time, because I need to ask for more help, and I need to delegate, or I need to accept that I can't be good at everything and to get everything done without burning out. So this is a very real. Right, so next up, we have Ready to Break Free, and this is where you accept defeat without challenging it. And I wrote one thing, and then I started writing this, then I was like, I actually have another one that's just as bad, if not worse. So what I've written here is that I decided I do have social anxiety, and I constantly tell myself I'm not a people person and I'm not sociable, and I find it hard. I get stuck and overthink. And the way, if I broke free from that, I'd feel so much more fulfilled with social obligations. I regularly get scared and say no because I'm scared about actually having to interact with people. And it would allow, Soshin's such an outdoors person, and he's more sociable than me. And I sometimes feel like I stop him being able to be sociable. And I want to not do that. And it builds to a fear of also losing people because of how difficult I find it to socialise. So the other thing was that I tell myself I need to be busy all the time, and I need to be doing things all of the time, and it's not healthy for my mental health, my relationships, my well-being, and I need to take a step back, breathe and relax. And I fear to change it because I love my life now and I fear about running out of time, and I want to do all of these things in my life and I just don't know how to fit them all in, and the answer is I can't, and I need to prioritise, or I need to get a lot of help. Yeah, so that's that page. I'm going to move on because it's quite like real and ready and I just want to move on. Which brings us nicely onto this feels like life is flying by. And I probably could have ticked all of these. I want to make my days count. I sometimes feel spread thin. I try and do it all and end up doing things poorly. I don't tend to end up doing things poorly, but I let other things, like I let my mental health fall and my like self-care fall because I try and do everything and spread myself too thin. Being present can be challenging. My mind's often in a million places. Like my mind runs at like 100 miles an hour, genuinely. Like that's not just me saying that, but like Social can like be thinking about one thing and I'll have thought about like 10 things at the same time just because I'm always on the go and my brain is just always on the go. So yeah, and I often feel like time is flying. So then you have yourself look at where you want to be and what wants to have mattered in the future, and what will have mattered is time with family, friends, relationships, love, making a difference, happiness, friends and family, and my relationships, community, laughter, having fun, standing up for what's right. They're the things that will matter. Things that won't will be perfection, trolls, complaints, exhaustion, working constantly, jealousy, insta likes, being the best, and constant productivity. Then you write who you want to be, and I want to make a difference. I want to be a good friend, family, partner. I want to be a caring doctor. I want to stand up for those who can't. I want to love hard, and I want to like be known for my achievements as well in life. So that's what I want to be known for. Moving on, it asks you to look back at what you said and sort of imagine what will happen if you live the life that you want to live. So love, friends, family are how I'll spend my time. I'll be working on my business, YouTube and growing community while speaking out for people who can't talk for themselves or can't stand up for themselves or need their voices amplifying. I'll make people I love a priority, and that needs to include me. My days will feel productive and be filled without feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I'll be efficient, productive, organised and inspiring. I'll enjoy it every step of the way. I'll build community, and I want to make the days count with a good balance. So yeah, that's what I want my year to look like. So in that, we then said yes and no to things. So I said yes to self-care, family time, help, hiring a virtual assistant, YouTube portfolio, guiding, building my shop, breaks and relaxing, intentional purchases, trips and travel, safely if we can, live streams, playtime, activism, getting fit and strong, planning a wedding, routines, a good balance and making the days count. And I'm saying no to yes being my default, taking on too much, spending hours on social media, stress spending, spend, stress, they're two different things, Tilly, perfection, pulling out my hair, being constantly on the go, weight being the most important, and that's related to like fitness. It's not, my weight isn't important. How I feel in myself and how healthy I am is what's important in terms of that. Skipping basic self-care and spreading myself thin, I'm saying no to. And then you put all of that together into imagining your best year. So yeah, I think this might be like one of the last things. And then because the next video is going to be like my yearly goals and January goals. So my name's Tilly and I am excited about the year ahead. I'm capable of change and deciding that I can. The areas of my life that need to be cultivated are recreation, health and work. In the past I've taken on too much, but now I'm ready to make the days count with a good balance. My legacy starts today. When I'm 80 I want to be happy and surrounded by loved ones who support me. I'll be known for loving hard and making a difference in life. I'll start living my vision this year by making loved ones a priority, including myself. I will do this little by little with leaps of faith along the way. I want to make what matters happen because I am important. My definition of success is making a difference and having friends and family who matter. I will say yes. I will live by this by saying yes to family time and help. I will say no to taking on too much. I will surround myself with less perfectionism and fill my life with more playtime. I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, so that's it for the prep work. I'm now just going to quickly go over my 2020 goals and my brainstorming for my goals and leave it there so you can see how that became my goals. And then next week I'll go over my action steps for my goals and my January goals and tending list. So next page is what I wanted to cultivate most in 2021, which was my relationships, my health and my business, or what I do. then there's information on setting goals. Then it gives you space to do a rough draft of your goals, and as you can see, these were rough drafts. There's crossings out, there's scribbles, there's linking things together, and then I colour coded them. And then I highlighted like words that were in the like action word in it. So they're my drafts. You can read over them if you want. It's not that important, because we will move on now to what I actually wrote for my 8 goals. So we have goal 1, which is plan a wedding and marriage focused on our relationship. These are colour coded. I have a mild liner and a pen to match them. So yeah, I'm just using those colours throughout. So plan a wedding and a marriage focused on our relationship. Nourish my relationships with family and friends. Nurture physical and emotional health using routines flexibly, and I'll go over a little bit what these mean in a second. Build towards financial security using monthly budgeting. Strive to make a difference in small ways through guiding and activism. Empower a community around the Tilly Journals brand. Make progress towards my future medical career. And take time to enjoy life by asking for help and saying no. So what do they actually mean? We have a vision board as well. You can look at that now. I just use stickers because it's me, and that seemed the best way to give a little vision of what I want my year to look like. So plan a wedding and marriage focused on our relationship. So I want to plan our wedding, but I also want to plan a happy marriage, and I want our relationship to be the core of that, and I want a healthy, strong relationship going into marriage. So that's the idea behind that goal. Nourish my relationships with friends and family. Although this needs to be a priority in my life, I wanted to build family and friends together because my sister is my best friend. Like, she's one of my best friends. My sister and Beth are my best friends. And so I built those two together. And I wanted this to be still a goal, even though it's not one of my top 3 priorities. But I think that kind of speaks for itself. Nurture physical and emotional health using routines flexibly. So this means 3 things. Try and get fit, healthy, stronger. Try to look after my mental health. But those 2 things are linked for me. Often when my mental health dips, I stop doing the things that help my physical health. And when my physical health dips, I stop doing the things that help my mental health. And they need to just be joined. And I drop my routines when either of those have gone. And I need to use my routines every day because they make both of those things so much better. And I need to get into a routine of looking after my health. So that's sort of the overarching understanding of that goal. Does that make sense? Then my 4th goal is to build towards financial security using monthly budgeting. We've been great with our finances this year, but I didn't want this to like just fall off. So this probably could have not been a goal because I'm going to try and do this anyway. But I feel like I'm going to do it anyway, so it might as well be a goal. So yeah, that's what that is. I want to basically be better at saving. That's really what this goal means. Save for our future. Strive to make a difference in small ways through guiding and activism. I'm aware I'm not going to make radical change overnight. And I can't make that change on my own. But I want to do the small things I can do to try and make things better in the world. And one of those ways is girl guiding, and another is activism and talking about Black Lives Matter and talking about these things and talking about racial injustice. And I want to do those small things to make a difference, even if it's just to like one person's life. That's important. This is my business goal: empower a community around the Tilly Journals brand. I realised during this prep work, the thing I love about my business is the community surrounding it, and I want that to be the focus. Yes, like I love making stickers and I love the creativity, and that brings me so much joy, but the community aspect of it is what's the most important to me, and so that's how that came across. In terms of business goals, I do have some, and they're more in my action steps. So these are like my overarching goals, and then I actually think I've kind of done this wrong, but I've done it in a way that works for me, and I'll go on to that next week, because you do like mini goals and action steps, and I actually think I've used them in the same sort of way, but anyway, we'll move on to that next week. But that's sort of what that goal's about. Make progress towards my future medical career is what it says on the tin. I want to be good at keeping up with my portfolio, and I want to be getting on with starting to get ready for exams and things like that. And then take time to enjoy life by asking for help and saying no. That's kind of what it says on the tin, isn't it? I want to, get to a place where I'm comfortable saying no to things I don't want to do and that aren't going to bring me joy, and take time off and enjoy things. And that's how I came up with this vision board as well. I basically flicked through my sticker books and pulled out the things that, you know, I wanted to cultivate this year. So yeah, that's it for my Powersheets prep work and my 2020 goals. I'll be back next week. Oh no, I should go over this as well. This is my word of the year, sorry. I keep doing this. I went through my prep work and went over words that meant something, and I decided in the end to go with love. And I decided that because a lot of these are about community and about people and people I love and people I care about. So planning a wedding is obviously about love. My friendships and relationships I love these people and I want them to be important to me. I need to love myself better. That's what that goal is. Building my financial security allows myself to, you know, have a future and have kids, which is all about love in the end. Striving to make a difference is because I really care about other people, and love is at the centre of that. Again, basically all of these can be drawn to love of either myself or other people, and that's why I went with the word love. And I need to do everything with love, and I want to do everything with love. What I've written is, loving others is hard, but loving yourself is harder. I didn't use proper words here for some reason. My goals and key things from the prep work surrounded people and things I love. I want to keep those things at the centre of my year, and I want to do all things with great love. So that is my word of the year and my goals. And we'll next week go on to my action steps and my January goals. So yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've decided not to do the compass assessment, basically because my printer isn't working and I can't print out the compass assessment. I need to restart my computer, I think. But I may do it and share it in another video, but probably won't be next week's either. Maybe I'll do it, share it in my January, my February goal setting in January Powersheets roundup. But we'll see. Let me know down below if you want to see me do the compass assessment, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what your goals for 2021 are, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!